something like this. I'd also like to look at adding insulation as part of whatever presentation or estimates or whatever. That's my opinion.
The insulation would get added no matter what. And it's an R30 that we'd add on top of what's there. And I don't know what they did before, so unless I roll back that rubber and check it, but you can imagine, I want to put the steel roof over the top of the rubber, because I don't want to take the rubber off, put a roof on, and then put the steel on. I want to use it kind of as a base roof when I put the framing on. And I just don't know if there's cracks in that insulation or something, heat rises, you don't know if they did, and it shows on a steel roof. So I've seen it, so I insulate everything just in case, and it's just too good an insurance. I hate to be starting to take off steel. And then condensation is really not anybody's fault, so it doesn't show up until after the huge trouble, so that's why you kind of protect some of those things. But you can raise up any unit's easy, but that's where we're at.
Well, what's the rest of the board think? I'd like to go back and work on this a little bit more, and that's what kind of along this presentation or this line. What's everybody else think?
Do we have other options? Have we contacted any other presenters?
Garland did the roof on the middle school, the Fern High School, and actually Greg was here. I don't know if you were checking on that or talking to maintenance about it. And in the meantime, we're talking about roofing, and it just one thing sort of led to another. So that's how we got this information. So
we roam around and see everybody and just kind of do our due diligence when we'll see what's going on.
Did you go up on the middle school?
Pardon me?
Did you go up on the middle school?
You haven't gone there yet. We're going up there in the future, and I have some pictures I just got. But I think we kind of do quite a few steel roofs in the state now, and I'll leave all of these so you can kind of review them. I do put them on a PowerPoint. It's something to keep.
Well, I think even if the cost to put a steel roof on was twice as much as the other roof, it'd make more sense in the long run, because if you put this roof on now, I think in another 15 years, if it was 500 or 600,000 today, it's going to be cost prohibitive for the future school boards to put a roof on this thing. Might as well get it done now, and that's something I won't have to worry about.
We took a heavy hit with the steel racing about 3 or 4 years ago.
Price.
Yeah, I mean, steel went nuts. I think everybody kind of knows it. I don't know in 10 years that we're going to see that huge increase that we did 3 or 4 years ago with steel. And
no, I meant if they put a rubber roof on in another 10 to 15 years, we come back and they're going to put another rubber roof on it at that time because of labor costs and everything else. Instead of being 500 or 600,000, that may be cost of what we may spend to put a steel roof on it now. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe
the rubber roofs on new constructions are about $6 a square foot. So you can switch this out for probably the same amount. So, you know, it's pretty reasonable to switch out the rubber roofing. You can probably switch it out, you know, it's easy to see the numbers. You can switch it out twice probably for the cost of a steel roof in 10 years, and then switch it out again, and then you'd be approaching about the same cost of a steel roof of an initial installation. Just because you don't have another roof. Sometimes you walk up there and there's already 2 roofs on the thing of the school, and there's other parameters that just explode the cost. But you know, you're just starting with your initial roof here, and you take it off and put another one on. So you can find that stuff out. So you might as well know that you can switch out a rubber pretty quick.
So you're saying it's $6 a square foot, 60,000 square feet, so you think that we could replace this roof for somewhere around $400,000?
Yeah.
Okay. What was this $600,000 figure?
That's probably, that would be a better upgrade roof,
Okay.
$600,000 to $700,000.
Wouldn't be a steel roof and it wouldn't be this roof.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you go up to $1 million for a steel roof, pretty quick. I mean, I got, you know, that's, I just was kind of guessing. But I kind of guessed at like $15 a square foot for steel. And then $10, $11 for a really high-end, low-slope roof. And unless we go to prevailing wage, they kick everything up 30%.
We'll try not to do that.
Well, how would we like to leave, Greg, tonight?
Or you can wait and talk.
Well, I don't know. Do we need
Do you need
what?
anything at this point?
If you just want us to work a little bit more on it and pursue it a little bit further, that's what we'll do, and there's no,
Would you be considered an engineer on a project like this, or would you be the contractor, or?
I'd be the I'd be considered the engineer, and that would come into PowerPoint a little bit on
Okay.
how, how you kind of, you know, this is just kind of informational gathering meeting, but I kind of run the whole thing. Everything has to be stamped by, you know, a structural engineer that, you know, we follow in law, and that's what we have done. Everything is evaluated. I'm just acting as the manager of the entire project.
I was just gonna say, are you
Kind of like a construction manager.
like a construction or project manager?
Manager for the whole project, and working with the Garland Company or company like what I do, what's neat about it is that before we start, the Garland Company is responsible for the workmanship, you know, for that install and for that material, so there's no finger pointing. If there is a problem, it just becomes, it's all our responsibility from the get-go. And that's kind of the hook of why why schools like to work with us, because from the start, they know exactly what they're doing. There's no handoff to a manufacturer, and then also a contractor, and then an architect. It's all kind of grouped together, so we know that there's only one person one contact point that's responsible for the whole thing. So, you know, there's only one liability, sole source responsibility for the whole project. So, contractor is important, but that way you're able to I have an inspector that works with me and, you know, underneath my guidance, and then I do inspect the roofs too. So we just kind of roam and make sure the roofers do exactly what we want done. Doesn't mean that sometimes you don't have issues, but or eliminate contractors. But you know, you have the worker up there. They're not the owner of the roofing company. They're a roofer, and there's a reason why they're a roofer. So you need to watch what they do. That's kind of who I am.
To answer Brent's question, though, my opinion is we need to fix it once and be done with it forever. And I guess we need someone to help us get there, I guess. You know, we've been setting aside some money, probably not enough. You know, when we originally started this project, I don't think we thought it'd cost this much money. But we have set some money aside, and, you know, sometime in the next probably 2-3 years, it probably needs to be done. Or 1, 2, 3 years, whatever.
Probably the 1, 2.
1, 2,
Add the 1 to the, potentially.
If it's lasted 25 years, how much longer will this roof last? We have to.
Well, you know, when they come in, you know, and I'd monitor what we're doing here. I'd help the director of facilities and the roofing contractor. I mean, that's what we do. But if we want to come in and do a section of roofing because it's leaking too bad, or if we can see that's an issue, we cut we move back the gravel, put in a new piece of rubber, and it, around units or root patches or something like that, so we just fix that area.